The price point on the 2 different gigabytes, it just depends on when you buy it, where you buy it from, etc. And then obviously you do have the 3, and there are slight differences, but the price point on the 3S is going to be a little bit more comfortable for people, especially when you start getting into if you want to buy different accessories like a different external head strap or a case. It all does start to add up. But what is really cool is most of the accessories for the 3S or the 3 are all interchangeable. So if for some reason you got the 3S and you wanted to upgrade to the 3 later, that is actually something you can do and use all of the same accessories. Now, what would be really cool is if in the next version, they try to stick as close to almost kind of the same form factor at a minimum, right? So that any accessories that you had for the 3 or the 3S could boot to the next version, but who knows when that new version will come out. What I do know is that this is my first foray into having a VR headset. Now, I have had FPV drones before where you have to wear goggles similar to this. Now, those had OLED screens as well as even poor screens. So it's interesting to see how the screen quality is different. But I will have to take note is that those goggles that I had for that were actually quite a bit more expensive than basically this is a whole computer that you're holding, whereas those are kind of just goggles with a radio signal, with a TV signal that they could receive a signal. So it is interesting how they were able to get this down to that price point. And so far, I have to say I absolutely love this. Now, the 3S comes with your headset right here. You have 2 controllers, 1 for each hand. And then it also comes with a wall wart to plug it in and an adapter if you wear glasses, and then the USB Type-C cable to plug in right there. Now, I haven't had to take these out because I have tons of USB Type-C charging cables and a lot of wall warts, so that wasn't a big deal for me. But I have to say this thing is absolutely awesome. There are a few caveats. There is no headphone jack, but the sound, it does feel like wherever you are, and that's because of these speakers right here. And then also this head strap, I would probably recommend upgrading it later down the line. It's not the most comfortable. It's not uncomfortable in my opinion, but obviously the longer you wear something like this that's strapped around your head, it does start to get uncomfortable after a while. Now that time frame is going to be different for everybody. The faceplate here, this is comfortable, but I would also almost recommend upgrading to a sweat resistant one, especially if you're going to be sharing this with different people, just because this is just like normal cloth. So it's definitely going to pick up if you have anything on your face, if you're wearing makeup, if you have dead skin, if you're sweating. This is not going to transfer to a second person very well, but obviously right out of the box, you have everything that you need. They provide everything that you need for this right out of the box. And so far, I absolutely love it. I've been able to see just fine. But I will say with this, you have to adjust it kind of perfectly on your head. Otherwise, it does look a little bit blurry depending on what games you're playing. And then it does have that pass through to where it looks like there are different games you can play where it uses the environment you're in. I'm going to show you guys in a second. And that's what kind of makes this thing awesome. And I've been playing a Batman game, a alien shooting game, and then virtual pickleball. Those are kind of the 3 examples I'm going to show you. And I've loved all 3 of them. And I'm going to keep playing all 3 of them. And let's show you some footage. Okay, so you can see you can record by this option right here. That's how I'm recording this video that you're seeing. If you also notice, we can go to the library here. I have a few games already. So we have this one. I'll show you guys the First Encounters. I actually really like this game. All right, so number 1, you're going to look silly. That's just what's going to happen. But what's really cool with this one, you can see how you have a pass through, and I can see everything that's in my apartment right now. So let's do setup space, and you can see it's actually scanning everything in my apartment, and we can go to edit, start a new scan. Yes, you see here, you don't have to do this every time. There's so many. So Batman, you can see here, if I get to the edge that was scanned, you can see it shows me how much room I have.
That dice cannot! Tonight you got your hand of rat! Get ready for retribution! Let those things that make you one of us!
All right, so the question is, overall, do I think this is worth it? Do I think it's fun? Yes, I definitely think this thing is a lot of fun. Do I think it's worth it? Now, that's something you're going to have to ask yourself. You can see I've already upgraded to a better head strap, better head mount. I already have better things for my hands as well. This thing is a ton of fun. I think that the MetaQuest Play Store or their game store has tons and tons of games. You could get MetaQuest Plus. That's like a monthly fee, but you don't have to get that. There are actually several free games as well. They're not, I played a few of them. They're pretty fun. As far as the visuals go on this, I definitely think that it's still really good. The fact that all these cameras, it scans your room. There are a few caveats. Number one, you definitely want to make sure you have enough room in the area that you're playing. Because the first day that I had this, I was in a different area of my apartment, and 100% honesty, I punched my wall when I was playing the Batman game, and I felt really stupid, and it hurt a lot. So I moved to another area where I had a lot more room, and I was much more cognizant, and I paid a lot more attention to that because I didn't want to punch my wall or hit anything again, right? So you want to make sure you have enough room, and I know that for the 3S, this one does better in low light settings than the 3 does, and I think one of these sensors, you do still want to be in a well-lit room, and that's going to be for both the 3 and the 3S. You're just going to have a better experience. The way the cameras work are going to be better when it comes to sensing where you are according to your space. You're going to have a better experience that way. Now, if you have people over, you can cast this to your TV. It's in the same area where you start recording your play. With these lenses, you do kind of have to have your eyes kind of in a good spot for you to see everything perfectly. But after you saw some gameplay, overall, this thing's a ton of fun. I highly, if you're looking into something like this, I think honestly, because number one, instead of there's potential I might lose weight. I don't know about necessarily getting in better shape, just because this is not a passive gaming experience. You are having to stand up and move around. Normally after work or different times, I usually just binge watch TV. So doing something where I have to actually stand up and walk around, going to YouTube and watching 360 videos of different areas is lots of fun. So is this just a gimmick, or is this something that I anticipate using? Right now, I want to say this is something I anticipate using a lot. That doesn't necessarily mean, I know a lot of people, they get different gaming consoles and they don't play them that often. This could happen with this, with you, with anybody as well. But there are a ton of games to play. So far, I'm having a lot of fun, and I anticipate using this frequently enough to justify buying it. So I'm very excited to finish the games that it came with, to finish more games, and definitely something to look into if it's something you're interested in.